This is the first hatch of the season. Brodies and Barnevelders with those cute little fluffy feet. So I've got a couple of pecans in there, you little gems. They're like little diamonds. These pecans, they're cute as. So as soon as they start to get messy like this and they've learned to eat, and they're really starting to poop, they get transferred out of the bins into the boxes, so that gives them a lot more room. Here's my white leghorns. And see how they're starting to get messy now? As soon as they get like that, they get transferred. I've got 2 late hatches. There's one there, and the other one's over in that corner, little roadie. So I'll keep an eye on them, because if they hatch late, they're vulnerable. And they're vulnerable to the other ones picking on them as well. The later they are, the more they get picked on. So you've got to learn about chicken psychology and how chickens are. You don't mix little newborn chickens with older ones. So these mats that I've got here are due to be changed. And this is how I change them. Watch this. So I roll them up, shoo all the chickens off them. And they're just placemats, like. You can buy them from a second-hand store for like 20 cents or something. And up here is my stash of clean ones, because clean is everything with these chickens. They're such dirty little things. Here we go. Roll this new one in here. And I've been hatching chickens for years, and I reckon I've figured out the best way to do it. And I just start them off with these little containers, and this is the bottom of a plastic jam container, and water, and keep it clean, because they need lots of water, and don't make it too high. So this water container here just comes up to my knuckle. There you go. Don't make it too high, or they won't be able to reach it. Okay, your late hatches, like these guys, 1, 2, keep an eye on them, because those guys aren't as vigorous as these ones. So every now and again I come in here. These are my late hatches. I sweep them around like that, and I have a look and see who's looking vigorous and who's not. There's 2 that stand out, 1, 2, and I've pulled them out of the hatcher. So I'll make sure I keep them warm and keep them in the back of the bin, because it's warmest in the back. And again, these guys are getting dirty. And what I'm going to do with these guys, because I'm running out of pads, and I'll give this about another 2 hours, and I'll change it again. I just flip it over like that, and I use the feed and the water at the corners here to anchor it, so that their main surface is clean, because they're really starting to eat right now, and I want them eating. And as soon as I've got them eating, everybody eating, then they can go into the big box. So I'm watching all these chickens, and I'm looking at everybody to make sure everybody is vigorous. Anybody that I see sleeping too much, and get in there and sort of sweep them around and make sure that they get used to your hand, because otherwise they can get really sort of freaked out at your hand. Come in here like this and just give them a little sweep round. Now these go into a bucket of diluted granola and hot water to kill the bugs. You just don't want bugs around your chickens. So you put a clean one in there. Make sure that nobody's trapped underneath. Go into the corners and make sure you go in there often with your hand to get these guys used to you going in. Right, shift them all around over here like this. Come on, there you go. And they're quite robust at this stage. You can kind of sweep them around like this very gently. There you go. That's chicken handling. Okay, so this is a brooder situation. This is 4 chickens that are 2 days old. You've got a 40-watt bulb and these guys underneath have got a heat pad. And you can see the heat pad and it's cord here. So breeds that we've got here, we've got Rhodon and Reds. We've got Millefleurs, look at that one. This is a little pekin, Millefleur pekin. Have a look at the fluffy little feet. Oh, you're a little sweetheart, aren't you? Go on in. And you can see how messy they get, so it's very important to keep them clean. And at this stage, I don't want them on newspaper, because if I've got them on newspaper, they might do the splits. Oh, look at this little one. You're a little friendly one, aren't you? If they're not drinking, or at the start, I just get like a little bit of water and I put it on the end of my finger like this. So I dip my finger in the water, and then I go, who wants a drink? Oh, that one does. That one does. So quickly, that's how I change their bedding. So they're all clean. And then I will probably change it again in about 2 hours. So that's my little system. Now up here, these are sleeping bags. And as the temperature gets colder during the night, I close up these bins. So it's very manual operation, this. Okay. So the colder it gets, the more I close the bin up. But we want a lot of air flow at the moment. We need airflow. It's very important that these chickens don't get some kind of respiratory infection because they haven't got clean air. So we're in August, mid-August. In New Zealand, and it is just coming into the spring, and this is the first hatch of the season, and I'm checking fertility on my eggs, which you can see is very, very good. These are my white leghorns. They drink before they eat. That's the main thing, is that you make sure that they've got plenty of clean water. And I will be changing this water about every 2 to 3 hours.